It's another day, the sun is shining. Got to know what's going on around you. Wake up, it's the time to motivate your mind. Come with me, let's make this moment brighter. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Come on and wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Hey.
Good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise. Happy Friday to you. I'm Anastasia Palacios.
Good morning, and I am Mark Daniels, and welcome to another exciting edition of Bahamas at Sunrise.
I am so excited that Mark gets so excited this early in the morning. At least there's one of us to do that, and so that is always a good thing. Mark, before we go any further, I just want to take some time now to wish a very belated happy birthday to our producer, to the reason that we're able to get up and do this so seamlessly, for the most part, every Monday and Friday. The entire counselors and, of course, the staff and team here from Bahamas at Sunrise. Give her, as Mark is doing, a round of applause in celebration of Suzette Parker. So a very happy birthday, Sue, who celebrated yesterday.
Happy birthday, Suzette. Another lap around the sun, another year to do great things, and keep Bahamas at Sunrise pumping. We love you, and we look forward to more years to come.
Indeed, indeed. Well, it's been a great week. Mark and I were talking about the things that have made the news, and fortunately, none of them have been so traumatic or eventful that we have to discuss them in depth. I think the one thing that still is on my mind a bit, Mark, is the apparent suicide of the former Miss America, Miss USA. And we would have seen her most recently. She was one of the co-hosts when Chantal O'Brien placed in the top for the Bahamas this past time around. And so that's been a conversation that's been going on online a lot as people just kind of reassess what mental health looks like and, what we assume about other people who seem to have it all together. And I think it's an important conversation to have for us to recognize that no matter how attractive you may be or how successful you may appear, you are still a human living a human experience, and that can sometimes entail some very serious emotions. So just wanting to remind everyone this morning to be kind to each other as much as possible, to, reach out to friends they've not spoken with for a while, just to check on the people, even if they look like they are okay. Sometimes people are not.
I agree 100%. Very well said. You always hear, don't judge the book by its cover. I know like me, I look like I got it all together, right? But I'm flawed. I know I look like I got it all together, but I'm flawed.
You look so perfect, Mark. You look so perfect.
It's okay. It's a hard job. But yes, very well said. Be sure to check in on yourself, on your friends, on your family. Give your friend a nudge and say, you all right? And look them in the eye so they know you mean it.
Yeah. Well said, Mark. So we've got another great show for you today. We're starting our series on HBCUs in partnership with the Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity in celebration of Black History Month. And Bahamas First is also going to join us to talk about the launch of their full-service online insurance portal.
Yes, looking forward to those segments. And we're also going to be looking at the Happy Hour CrossFit Gym for those that want to get their workout on and drop that weight this year. You'll learn a lot in that segment. And we're also going to be talking about love, lies, and liberation during this Black History Month, talking about Black relationships and how we can fix them and make them better for the Black family. But before we get there, let's check in with weather with Godfrey Burnside.
Weather at Sunrise, brought to you by Bahamas First. What's first for you comes first for us.
Thank you, Mark and Boston. Good morning, Bahamas. And I'd like to wish you a happy birthday also this morning. High pressure continues to be the common across the islands, producing stable, dry, and warm conditions. Today, partly sunny and warm, slight chance of an isolated shower, high temperature 83 degrees Fahrenheit. Tonight, partly cloudy and mild, below temperature going under 68 degrees Fahrenheit. And some regional highs and lows across the Caribbean, Barbados, 84 and 74. In Jamaica, 84 and 73. In Trinidad, 86 and 74. and the Turks and Caicos Islands 82 and 68. Across North America, Atlanta 65 and 40. In Raleigh 66 and 48. In Miami 79-71. Dallas, Texas 35 and 19. And Toronto, Canada 15 and 04. As we go on the weekend, nice weekend and stuff. Otherwise, have a high pressure system that will shift towards the east. A cold front will move near the Grand Bahama Abaco area, and that will cause a couple of showers, particularly extreme Bahamas on the weekend. So for the most part, we're looking at a mix of sun and clouds, still on the warm side, and there's a chance of a couple of showers, mainly across the extreme northwest Bahamas. The temperature daytime will be in the low 80s, at nighttime in the mid to upper 60s. That puts you up on your first look at weather at sunrise. I'm glad to go inside. Back to you, Star.
Thank you so much, Godfrey, and thank you for staying with us here on Bahamas at Sunrise. We are incredibly pleased to be bringing our next guest back again. It is Black History Month, and we will be with the Alphas every Friday in February, learning about the top HBCUs and opportunities to attend them. Here to get this conversation started, we are very happy to welcome Kevin Basden. He's the president of the Iota Epsilon Lambda chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity. And we also have today Bahamas Area Director, Mr. Algernon Cargill. And of course, he's the brother of the Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity. Gentlemen, good morning and welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning. Good morning, Bahamas.
Always a pleasure to have you all with us. I always look forward to this time of year since we've been doing this, I think maybe for the past 3 years. It's such a great opportunity to expose the wider nation to the HBCUs and what they mean, what they've done for so many of our local leaders. And so today we're really excited to get that started. The first thing I want to ask about is the HBCU College Fair, which has come to be an anticipated event. It's going to be held this Saturday, April 23rd. How many schools are going to be represented?
Good morning. As you may be aware, last year we had 20 university presidents on the virtual college fair. This year we're trying to expand that and possibly get up to 35, but a minimum of 20, possibly 35 presidents from the HBCUs.
And I love the fact that it's presidents. Many times college fairs are attended by maybe a campus coordinator or someone of that nature, but these are the actual presidents, the decision makers themselves in the room. I remember attending the very first ones and the presidents being able to offer scholarships on the spot. So this is a big deal. Could we talk about the past for a bit and just acknowledge the successes that you've had with the fair previously? Are there anything that stands out for any of you as you think about how far you've come with this initiative over the past few years?
Yeah, well, we've come very far. Actually, we partner with the AKAs in hosting the annual HBCU College Fair. And we took a break in 2020 because of the pandemic. But during our initial fair, when we had only 6 presidents, we gave out $3.5 million in scholarships. Since then, we moved to a virtual format because of the pandemic. And in 2021, we gave out another approximately $3 million in scholarships. So what we're excited about, as you said, is that during the fair, actual college presidents are there. Decisions are made on the spot, particularly scholarship decisions. And we've helped quite a number of young men and women go off to further their education in an HBCU. Particularly, I'd like to highlight Sean Nairn, for example. He was one of our 2019 winners. He was the valedictorian of our Honors Day program, and he was a Rhodes Scholar this year. Actually, a Rhodes Scholar finalist, I should add, a Rhodes Scholar finalist, let me correct that. He completed a 4-year mathematics degree in 3 years at Claflin University in South Carolina. And we're very excited about that because it shows that you can attend an HBCU and still excel academically and compete with the very best in the world, and shown as a living example of this.
That is excellent. Congratulations to him. I remember I went to dinner, I think last year, and I had just gone to a restaurant. The waiter that served me, I think he'd attended the original college fair with his daughter, and I had been the moderator at the fair. And he said to me, my daughter's doing so well at university. She's already gotten a job offer. She was only, I think, a junior at the time. But they had already had a job offer for her set up. She already had scholarship opportunities for her master's degree. And it was all because she got started at the very first fair done by the Brothers of Phi and the Sisters of Alpha Kappa Alpha. And so I know that these stories are very real. There are so many people who've gotten the opportunity because of these fairs. And so we celebrate that. That, of course, was the very first fair in person. Since then, it's been virtual. Can you all talk to us about how the virtual format works and, maybe how people can sign up for it if you're at that process now?
Yes, we partner with a team called Team Dynamics out of Louisiana, and also again with the AKAs, both out of Nassau and Freeport. And with the virtual format, we will be sending out the applications within the next 2 weeks, where students can apply using the Hoover platform. It's the same commercial platform used by many large conferences globally. And we're able to do this at a considerable expense, but primarily because of the support of Corporate Bahamas. And we want to again appeal to Corporate Bahamas to step forward and support the initiatives of the Alphas and the AKAs as we continue to host this college fair. What we are doing is we're creating opportunities for young people to further their education. And this also reduces the government's contribution because in many times our top students and sometimes our average students, they can get full ride scholarships to attend an HBCU. And the quality of education we have determined is comparable in many respects to a lot of the PWIs and Ivy League schools. So the college fair is being planned for this year. The application details will be released in the coming weeks. And we want every Bahamian throughout the entire Bahamas who wants to attend university to attend the college fair, because you may find that the cost of attending an HBCU is not only affordable, but also is going to reduce the strain on your parents, as well as create a wonderful opportunity for you to attend a very quality university and meet some wonderful people throughout the process.
Indeed.
If I may add, in terms of the virtual college fair, it provides students not only here in New Providence, but throughout the archipelago to be able to attend. So that's one of the beauties of that aspect. But on the other hand, what I can say as well, we want the students to be able to sell themselves. At the end of the day, it's an interview. They speak to university presidents, and if they sell themselves properly, they have the correct grades and all the things that are necessary, they can end up with a scholarship right there on the spot.
Excellent, excellent. Now, Mr. Basden, Mr. Cargill would have mentioned earlier that the winner of your Honors Day have actually received one of those scholarships by attending the fair. And we would like to learn some more about your Honors Day Convocation weekend. Is that happening around this time? And what is that process like? What's involved in that?
Yes, absolutely.
Well, actually, as it relates to our Honors Day Convocation, this will be our 35th. Tells you how long we have been holding that. And it's going to be from April 29th to May 1st. The theme is don't follow the crowd, let the crowd follow you. And in that convocation, we would recognize the 2 top males, graduating males from the high schools throughout the Bahamas, not just New Providence, but throughout the Bahamas. We would recognize them. We would give them prize money as well as scholarships. In fact, the HBCU College Fair came out of our Honors Day Convocation when we had Brother Dr. Smothers here. He was a keynote speaker back in 2018. He challenged the Alphas to say, look, instead of all the Eurocentric universities, how about promoting some of the HBCUs? And out of that, we were able to then have the HBCU College Fair. But it's our 31st, and those are the dates.
Excellent, excellent. All right, Mr. Cargill, I'm just going to give you the last word here. Any final words you want to share with our audience this morning as we look forward to April, both for the gentlemen coming to your Honors Day Convocation and then students across the Bahamas as they attend the virtual fair?
Yes, I'll speak about our Honors Day Convocation and add to what President Basden has said. Harry Johnson, Alpha's 31st General President, he will be the speaker at our Honors Day Convocation. And Brother Johnson is also the chair of the MLK Memorial Foundation. He has challenged us to coordinate with his organization, the MLK Foundation, in order that we can put on a youth empowerment workshop for youth of the Bahamas. And we will be partnering with the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture, as well as the Ministry of Education, to ensure that Bahamians everywhere in high school in the Bahamas, they have the opportunity to partner with our organization and participate in this youth empowerment workshop with Brother Johnson. And it's very important because he will be focusing on social justice and helping the young people not only to increase their awareness about social justice, but also in order to ensure that they are aware of their civil rights. And it's important for us because it gives the opportunity for Alpha Phi Alpha to not only position ourselves as an organization that focuses on our aims, manly deeds, scholarship, and love for all mankind, but also shows that we are doing something positive in the community. And with our Honors Day convocation, where we gave out $650,000 in scholarships to the top graduating young men last year, we are also focusing this year on increasing that amount because we recognize that despite the work that we're doing, there are many young men who have not benefited. And our goal is to ensure that every young male in the Bahamas who excels academically, they have the opportunity to attend university either locally or externally. And that's what our focus is.
Excellent. Well, gentlemen, we want to thank you so much, both to your commitment to Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity and to your entire brotherhood who have made this possible as a team, we're sure, but also for your continued work in this endeavor, for your new goals and the new vision as outlined by you just now. And we just hope that it will continue to be successful. We look forward to seeing more of you over the next few weeks as we encourage more young people to attend HBCUs. Today, we thank you for joining us on Bahamas at Sunrise.
Thank you.
Yeah, I just want to add on, we have a website that's up and active as well in terms of Think HBCU 242.
Think HBCU 242. Awesome. So people can go there for more information. You're watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
Join the Click is an initiative started by Cable Bahamas Business Solutions last year when we were trying to figure out how to help business leaders as well as consumers to stay connected. Working with Canoe, working with other partners, working with the government and My Gateway to help them to connect with customers who want to place orders and want to be able to do things in a digital way.
My Gateway. My Gateway is a groundbreaking portal through which clients can request and pay for government services online. We have 28 services. We expect to increase the number of services to a minimum of 200.
I love that we're helping the government and helping our citizens to be more efficient and to use their time more wisely.
I invite you to sign up for mygateway.gov.bs and let us make government work for you. Join the click.
Welcome back. Happy Hour CrossFit Gym is a top-rate facility with expert coaches and expert fitness programs to help you succeed. Today, we're talking with James Thompson, owner of Happy Hour CrossFit. Good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
How's it going, Mark?
I know you was brother Jaime, you see. So
Yeah.
calling you James is a little strange, but we're in your place. So happy to see you here.
Thank you.
Such a wonderful facility. We've heard the name CrossFit in many different spheres, but tell us, what is the idea and mission behind Happy Hour CrossFit?
Right, so Happy Hour CrossFit, here our mission is to help everybody live a fitter, healthier, and happier life through fitness, nutrition, and community. So we're focusing on incorporating all of the things that people look for that serves to enhance their quality of life.
So how did you get started here, and how has it grown over the years?
Funny enough, I I actually used to be a member here at Happy Hour in about 2017, and it wasn't long after that I truly developed a passion for what I did in here, a passion for the fitness, a passion for the camaraderie, the social aspect played a huge part in my life. And so because of that, and because of the amount of passion and love I had for CrossFit, I told myself, you know, one day I wanted to maybe potentially have something of my own similar to this. And I can definitely say, by the grace of God and by thanks to the Access Accelerator as well, they made my dream a reality.
That sounds wonderful. In case y'all didn't know, Jaime is world-class soccer player, so we can claim that he got that passion and that fitness from playing soccer, right?
Yeah.
So tell us about the fitness experience here at the gym and the type of services you offer.
Sure. So our methodology of fitness is pretty well-rounded. We focus on enhancing everybody's overall physical capacity by focusing on all of the elements of fitness. And so it ranges from strength to speed to endurance, mobility, power. You know, and the list goes on. We focus on incorporating the programming that serves to touch all of those bases every single class on a daily basis, and the progressions are honestly phenomenal. I, as you mentioned, as a former, hopefully not a former, beach soccer player, I saw it, and I would put myself as stand myself as a true testament as to the results that you can obtain here. As it's not just improves me physically, but it's also relieved me mentally as well. And I can definitely say my life has become a whole lot better. Everything that I do here has served to improve my true well-being. So our goal, honestly, is to strive for each of our members to have that same experience.
You just talking about the exercises got me sweating, right? That means I take the suit off and go to work, right?
Okay.
So tell us, what are some of your most popular classes that you have here?
Sure. So just to give you an idea of just the overall, the umbrella. Everything here, as you should know, as you can see on the big and bold, we're CrossFit, right? And CrossFit is just simply functional movements expressed at a high intensity. And based on our philosophy, we keep it constantly varied. So every day you come in here, it's a whole new challenge. There's no leg day, there's no arms day. Everything is everything on a daily basis. And it's what keeps people coming back, and it's what definitely keeps things exciting. Going back to the programming and the classes that we offer, I like to tell people we want to make sure that you're squatting on the toilet in your 90s, without anybody holding your hand. Right. So we strive for that sense of independence and maintaining it, and we do that through our general CrossFit class, which what we're standing in, this is what we call our box. This is where all the actions happen, where progressions are made, goals are achieved, and this is considered to be our most complex program. And we see the same type of programming transferred over to our FlexFit classes, which is a bit dialed down in complexity. And so it's a bit more structured. So it gives us an opportunity to give people who need a strict regimen and say, listen, I only got 45 minutes in here. Let's knock it out. So we're pretty efficient in that sense. On top of that, we also have a RowFit program that we offer in our second studio. And in that class, that serves to dial it down even more to a lower complexity, makes it a bit more low impact. So that serves to adhere more to persons of the demographic who might have like knee issues, aren't into jumping, doing this and do that because they're conscious of their knees and their ankles and like any of their extremity muscles. And so that gives us the opportunity to really adhere to those type of people. So we're not pushing people away. We're giving everybody the opportunity to come in here and be their very best versions of themselves.
I'm loving what I'm hearing about CrossFit and Happy Hour CrossFit here. It definitely seems like it's a family atmosphere, and that the exercises are very well thought out and custom made for the participants. So you mentioned the SBDC earlier. Tell us how the Access Accelerator helped you in developing your business.
Right, sure. So when the offer was put on the table for me to pursue this business venture, in my mind, I was kind of at a block because I'm like, shoot, y'all are offering this to me, and I don't have that kind of money, I don't have that kind of financial support for myself. The Access Accelerator provided me with the opportunity to make this dream of mine come true, by just truly believing in me and just allowing me the opportunity to show them that this vision can actually be has potential to succeed. And by putting pen to paper, we made it happen. And honestly, it wouldn't be without them, without their help and their true support and belief. And I give big shout out to my advisor, Donna Mortimer, Davinia Blair, Nicholas Higgs, and all their other parts of their support system for making this happen for me.
It's definitely a robust program that's helped many small businesses in the country get off their feet, but also provide advice and guidance on running your business and providing connections to funding opportunities. So it's only the second month of the year. How do you encourage people to get started on a fitness journey, and how can you help with that at Happy Hour CrossFit?
The good thing about our programming here is everything is very scalable. And what I mean by scalable, I mean that everything can be modified, straight down to the grain, to accommodate your present physical capacity when you're joining. So because of that, it makes everything a lot more self-paced. And so I try not to alarm people, to kind of give them a sense of comfort, to make sure that they know that, take your steps. You have to walk. You have to learn to walk before you run. Perfect. So for us, it's a holding hands process, and through our one-on-one consultations and through their first classes, especially our onboarding process, we serve to give people the opportunity to truly understand what it is that we do in here, and what we do to help you feel comfortable and a lot more safe.
Yeah, it sounds like, once again, you really extend yourselves as a gym, as a community, to make people feel comfortable and provide them with, tailored solutions to their fitness. And as we wrap up, just tell us quick, how can we get more information about Happy Hour CrossFit, and how can people sign up?
Well, listen, everyone can just check me out on social media. We're on Facebook. We have an Instagram, and otherwise you can check us out at happyhourcrossfit.com. And through either of those methods, you can go. There's a link that you can use to schedule a free one-on-one consultation, and that will give us the opportunity to really have that one-on-one and that solid icebreaker.
Perfect. James Thompson, owner of CrossFit, Happy Hour CrossFit here on East Bay Street. We're here talking about fitness. I'd like to thank you for joining us in Bahamas at Sunrise.
Thank you, Mark.
I'm about to go bust out 100 burpees. We'll be right back.
Here we go.
The sports we play depend on the health we build. So let's stay healthy. Wear a mask and practice social distancing and hand washing to protect yourself and others. Remember, COVID-19 is not a game.
A public service message from the Bahamas Olympic Committee.
We believe in relationship banking. We take pride in getting to know our clients. You have access to knowledgeable, approachable ambassadors and financial coaches so that we can recommend the best product for you. At Fidelity, we care about you. From your financial health to your physical health, we can relate to you because we're just like you. Come and start your relationship banking experience with us today. Visit us online at fidelitygroup.com. Visit any of our branches in Nassau or Grand Bahama, or phone 356-7764 in Nassau or 352-6676 for Freeport.
Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. Thank you for staying with us. We are at the halfway point on this fabulous Friday. I'm Anastasia Palacios.
And I am Mark Daniels. Thank you for waking up with us dead early on this Friday.
Indeed, and it's a beautiful Friday, Mark. It's not as cold as it was at the beginning of the week. Doesn't seem to be any rain in the skies. I'm sure Godfrey will tell us in just a second what that weather's going to look like. But certainly a beautiful day here on Bahamas at Sunrise. Great segment that you did with Jaime. Guys, like you were having a lot of fun.
Yeah, those 100 burpees were, that was an easy, man. I could do another 100 right now if you guys are ready.
Yeah. If you didn't have like a show to do, you would do it right now. I'm sure you would.
We don't have enough time, but next time. But yeah, definitely proud of Jaime and his work and his dedication there. I know many people who go to his happy hour CrossFit and they have themselves a good time. And it definitely is like a family atmosphere. So congratulations, Jaime. Keep doing a good job.
Excellent. Well, speaking of family, we got more to come in the second half of the show. Bahamas First is here to talk about their new full-service online insurance portal.
Yes, and we're going to be talking about love, lies, and liberation with Reverend Dr. A.J. Varmah of the Holy Couplet Church International. Definitely looking forward to that segment. But let's go back to Godfrey and find out what's happening with weather this weekend.
Weather at Sunrise, brought to you by Bahamas First. What's first for you comes first for us.
Thank you, Mark, and good morning, Bahamas. In your second look at weather at sunrise, high pressure continues to be the dominant feature across the islands, bringing stable, dry, and warm conditions. In your marine forecast, sea swells will start being generated across the islands this weekend, so it creates the hardest marine conditions. Today, winds east to southeast at 15-20 knots, seas 4 to 6 feet, but those winds will be decreasing by afternoon, 10 to 15 knots, seas 2 to 4 feet over the northwest Bahamas. Easterly at 15-20 knots, seas 4 to 6 feet over the central and southeastern islands, but you could expel up to 8 feet. Tomorrow, those winds light and variable, seas less than 3 feet in northwest Bahamas, east to southeast at 10 to 15 knots, seas 2 to 4 feet over the central and southeastern islands. Again, those swells up to about 8 feet. On Sunday, those winds become southeast to south at 10 to 15 knots, seas 2 to 4 feet over the northwest Bahamas, continuing east to southeast at 15-20 knots, seas 4 to 7 feet over the central and southeastern islands. Again, those swells up to 8 feet. Your tides. You can expect a high tide at 4 minutes past 10 this morning. The next low tide will be at 4:28 this afternoon. High gain tonight at 10:30. Sunset will be at 5:56 this evening. Rising tomorrow at 6:49. UV index 8. Your water temperature 72 degrees Fahrenheit. Honeymoon phase. No moon. Your extended look at high pressure persists across the islands for the weekend. We have a cold front that will move near Grand Bahama Abaco that will stall, create a couple of showers, maybe possible thunderstorm over Grand Bahama over the weekend. The temperature weekend over the weekend will be in the low 80s at daytime, the mid to upper 60s at nighttime. That cold front moves through on Wednesday, and that will drop us into the upper 70s daytime, mid 60s at nighttime. That's what's wrapping up from look at weather at sunrise. I'm Godfrey Burnside. Back to you, Star.
Thank you so much, Godfrey. Bahamas First General Insurance Company has announced the launch of First Online, the company's new full-service online insurance portal. Here to tell us more about this, we are very happy to welcome Gina Brooks, Innovation Center Manager, Bahamas First. She's joined this morning by Kevin Hudson, who's the Business Development Manager for Bahamas First. Lady, gentlemen, good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
A pleasure to have you both with us. Congratulations to both of you and your teams. I'm sure that this has been an effort over the past few months. I know it takes a lot to build these sorts of systems up. But Gina, is this kind of service a first for Bahamas First?
Yes, it is. It's a first for Bahamas First as well as a first for us nationally, if I'm not mistaken. So this is a big deal for us.
Okay, first nationally, that is indeed a very big deal. And I'm sure that there are other companies that might have some sort of portal. So talk to us about what makes this portal in particular different, in particular special. What is everything that can be done via this portal? And either Ms. Brooks or Mr. Hudson can take that question.
Sure, I'll start. So that's a perfect point because we always hear people say, well, recently we've been hearing people say, well, I have a portal with this company, but we always say this is more than just a payment portal. Some of the portals we've been seeing around the country and whatnot, you can make a payment or you can probably just view your policy. But with First Online, you can view your policies, make a payment, get a quote, submit a claim, bind a policy. Well, bind is what we call purchase your policy. So we want to give you back some of your time. We know recently we've been involved with a pandemic and there's always been a challenge to get things done. And while we were preparing or designing First Online pre-pandemic, we realized that it was the perfect time now for us to launch this. A solution such as this. We want to give you back your time. So we're a full service portal. You can do anything that you would usually do sitting in front of your agent through First Online.
Wow, that is a whole lot. Anything that you wanted to add to that, Mr. Hudson?
Yeah, we just want to emphasize that that's primarily for your personal insurances though. So your home and your private auto, all the commercial insurance products that we offer through our agents, you still have to see them and transact those in face-to-face because they require a little bit more work than what would be able to be handled through the portal in terms of assessing your exposure and your risk and stuff. So yeah,
okay.
It's for your private customers.
All right. So private customers are really going to have some great use out of this portal. Of course, many of our commercial customers will still be meeting face-to-face with their agents. But for those who, like Gina said, just want to get some of that time back, be able to do it at home. So many things have come out of the pandemic and our desire to be able to just control most things from our laptops or our phones. So that is a very cool idea. And then in terms of client access now, because, you know, me and my insurance agent, we get along pretty well, but I can't just call him anytime like that. So is the portal going to be something that's available 24/7?
Yes, absolutely. 24/7 access. If your schedule allows you to do this type of thing at 10 o'clock at night, you can go ahead and, you know, do what you need to do at 10 o'clock at night or 6 o'clock in the morning.
All right. Excellent. Now, is there a customer support system? Because the best online portals, you can run into issues. Sometimes I think I'm computer savvy. I realize I'm absolutely not in some instances. Is there a customer support system behind this to help customers navigate the entire thing?
Yeah, so we have a full team of support services behind it. For now, in this first iteration, the support hours are 9 to 5, so standard business hours. And we're watching the trends to see when people engage with First Online to see, you know, how we need to adjust that. But we have support behind it. If you have an issue after those hours, there's a mechanism designed where you can send a message to us and we'll tackle it the next day. So someone will always be looking at your problem. You're not going to have to, wait for someone to call you back after, days. It's going to be the next set of business hours. So we do have a support team.
Excellent. All right. Mr. Hudson, can you speak to us about the convenience of the service and, the ways that it may help customers to just avoid some of the things that we really don't like standing in line?
Yeah, that's exactly it. As Gina said, the service is available 24 hours a day. So you're able to actually get quotes, bind your policy. The motor policy, you still have to go and collect from your agent, but the convenience of that is you can actually complete the transaction during the evening and just make an arrangement to go the next morning, collect your document and leave rather than having to stand in the line or sit in front of your agent. Your home documents will be able to be mailed to you directly, so that avoids you having to go in at all. So we're trying to meet the clients where they want to be met. Some people still want that experience to come into the office and, touch a live agent, and we're fine with that. But there's also the segment of the population that's become accustomed to doing all this online transactions, particularly through the epidemic. We've all become online experts with purchases and all that. So we wanted to make sure that we meet you in that space as well, where you're comfortable.
I love that you talked about that. So many of us started going quote unquote cashless, using more credit cards, just doing everything, online bank transfers, etc. But there are some people who still get concerned about that. They're worried about security. They want to make sure that their payments are secure when they are putting that information online. How secure is the portal? And will clients be able to store and download any sort of document from the portal itself?
Yeah, so you'll be able to view your policy documents online. So for instance, Cameron mentioned that you will still have to collect your motor certificate because of course that's a legal requirement for us now. So you still have to collect that from your agent. but you'll be able to download your policy documents and view them if you at your leisure when you need to see them, or not print them at all, just have them available for you in the portal. But in terms of security, we take a three-prong approach, starting with payments. So we don't store any payments. We use Plug and Play, which is a payment gateway, and they are PCI compliant in terms of being able to accept secure payment transactions. So we don't store your payments. We use that service to handle all of the payments. So that's one level. And then we have, of course, our SSL security certificate that manages activity between you and the application. And then we also have web app firewalls that if it detects anything untoward, it will just shut it down and you'd see an error. So we took a three-prong approach because we do recognize that clients are concerned about security and safety, and then on the flip side of that, if you are only comfortable using the portal for viewing your documents or maybe getting a quote and you still want to go to your agent and have that traditional transaction, you're still free to do that. So, we have people, they purchase a car and they say, you know what, I wonder how much it will cost for my insurance. Go on the portal, get your quote. And if you still feel comfortable or if you don't feel comfortable using the portal for that payment transaction, just go to your agent with your quote. Well, they'll be able to see it in any event. Say, hey, I went on First Online, I got this quote, now I want to take out the policy. You still have that option. So it's up to you as the client,
That's awesome. So all you did was give us more options. And I love the fact that I can kind of even be researching as I'm buying the car, right? So I know that this is what I want. This is the year that I wanted. So even as I'm buying the car, even before it lands, I might be able to say, okay, this is what I'm going to need for insurance. So it really is a brilliant thing. And so we congratulate your teams for doing that. Mr. Hudson, before we go, is there any final thoughts or words for you? Anything you want to remind us about, even if it's about that agent-client relationship? Any thoughts?
Yes. All of our products, again, have to be, because of the way our insurance industry is set up, transacted through an agency or intermediary. So if you want to find an agent of Bahamas First, you go to bahamasfirst.com and go to the online portal and you see a list of all of our agents. If you sign up for the portal, your agent will be the first name that pops up. So the system is intuitive in that way because we already have data on our existing customers. So once you create your client account, then it does that. But otherwise, the agents will be listed alphabetically, and you'll feel free to select any agent that you wish. And I like, as Gina said, one of the nice points of the product is the fact that, just as you say, if you were to go and get a quote and you decide that, I don't want to complete this transaction online, you don't have to repeat that process once you get in the office. The information that you would have put in is stored. Your CSR would be able to pull that up and just complete the transaction from there instead of starting to ask you all these questions again. So it's really a convenient feature that we have. And like you said, we just want to meet people where they're at and remind you that it's a full service portal. You can start your insurance journey and end it at the same time and purchase, collect your documents and make it very quick and convenient for you.
Excellent. All right. And so Ms. Brooks, where do we go for it? Do we just go ahead to bahamasfirst.com? Let us know how we can actually access the portal and what's necessary for us to upload any information.
Yeah, so you would use bahamasfirst.com, and the first thing you'd see on that main page is get a quote. If you are an existing client, if you are a new client, that will be the same journey that you would take. And then it would bring up the First Online site. That's the easiest way. Of course, you can just put in First Online Insurance in Google, because we know people do that as well, and you'll get the site. But that's the easiest way. Just remember bahamasfirst.com and follow the prompts. In terms of required documentation for the portal, the same things that you would need to submit to your agent in the office, you'd have to upload those things. But of course, we can take clear photos. So, we use our mobile phones a lot. So if you just take a picture of your driver's license, front and back, upload those things, those would be sufficient as for us as well. And the same process for homeowners.
All right, excellent. Well, congratulations again to both of you, Ms. Brooks, Mr. Hudson. Well done. It's so exciting to be able to say, Bahamas First was first again, doing something new and revolutionary for your customers. We thank you and your teams, and we look forward to hearing more about the portal as time goes on. Thanks for joining us this morning.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Have a great day.
You do the same. You're watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
Our world has changed. Many businesses have been closed for months with little or no access to their customers until now. Rev Media can help you remain connected to your customers. Our trusted customized advertising packages and personalized consultants will provide your business with immeasurable support during this challenging time. Your customers are already watching. Rev Media can help you to remain connected. Call us today. Let us help you.
One thing, two things, blue thing, whole things, things that are small, things that are grand, things that fit just right, and in the palm of your hand. Fox Hill Nursery, a large selection of garden supplies. If you can see it in your mind, you can find it at Fox Hill Nursery.
In the Bahamas, small business is big business. More than 90% of the businesses in the Bahamas are classified as micro, small, or medium-sized enterprises, or MSMEs. The Access Accelerator Small Business Development Center was created to serve them. We at the Access Accelerator offer a variety of services to our clients: business advisory services, training and entrepreneurial programming, mentorship and incubation, and advocacy.
Welcome back. Love, Lies, and Liberation, the foremost masterclass on Black love and relationships, is back with 4 weeks of interactive seminars, juicy personal stories, and meaningful exercises. Here to tell us more is Reverend Dr. A.J. Varmah, head pastor and scribe of the Holy Catholic Church International, also known to us as our Basesh Haru Hotep Tah. Namastu, and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise, Basesh.
Namastu, how are you? I'm happy you all have allowed me to be blessed to come on the Bahamas at Sunrise, and it's a blessing. I want to thank you, and I'd like to thank the entire production team and everyone involved in getting me on this morning.
Definitely a pleasure and an honor having you here on the show, talking about the Holy Catholic Church, Love, Lies, Liberation, and the Journey Home Group. So tell us and our viewers exactly what is the Journey Home Group?
The Journey Home Group is it's an organization that is premise as far as the philanthropic arm. Its premise is about making a link for the diaspora to Africa. We believe that if Garvey could in 1913 do what he did, what he was able to pull off, then we of the diaspora, with the various levels of education, influence, connections that we have, we must continue that legacy until we achieve the ultimate goal of global liberation and kind of just getting ourselves as a people back in some form of balance, some form of family, of unity. And so that's what the Journey Home Group's focus is, making a journey home. We call it an aliyah. Not everybody pack up, let's go. No, not that one. But let's all go back and forth, maintain the connections we have in the West while establishing connections and a foothold on the continent itself. And so that's the ultimate goal.
Yes, definitely important for us to make a connection home and to get back to the center, to the cooks, right?
Right.
So tell us, what is the idea behind Love, Lies, and Liberation?
Well, the idea is there's a gentleman named Dr. Neely Fuller. Neely Fuller wrote a book called The Counter-Racist Code, and how that we as Black people, and he did this way back in the 60s, and he said so many things then. The great Frances Cress Welsing, who wrote the ISIS papers, that was her mentor, and she spoke about his works. And within his works, he spoke about 9 levels of life, or things in life that we must try to accomplish and or fix within the Black community, the global community. And they were religion, economics, and labor. And then the 4th one was sex and gender. You know, every time when we as Black people, if we talk as Afro-Caribbean, as African people, whenever we talk about relationships, we often have to refer or defer to other people's ideas, right? If I send my child to school to learn sex education is standard, even in Black nations on the continent and in the Caribbean. Sex education is still built on the premise or the information that was dispersed or handed down from the European colonizers at some point. And we as melanated people, we trust that our children go and they're going to learn reproduction and certain things, but there's so much left out. And we know this because we learned all this about sex education in 1 year. And then by the time we're adults, we get married, we really still don't really know or haven't been properly educated as to relationships. How do I interact with my wife? Really, did mom and dad show us? How do we sit down as a family? Not just their example. How do we navigate arguments and disagreements? None of us really know. We go into the wedding, it's a beautiful ceremony, we get married, we throw rice, pigeons, and everything comes out. And then reality settles in. The honeymoon's over, and it's like, who is that in the other room? I don't know. I don't recognize this person. So Love, Lies, and Liberation focuses on the sex and gender aspect of relationships for Black people, for Afro-Caribbean people, for melanated people. And it says, where's our books on love, right? And I don't mean today books. If I talk to a family from East India, they will say, there's a book called the Kama Sutra. They base their ideas on relationships, sexuality, etc., on that book. If I talk to a person from Japan or Nippon, when they speak about sexuality or relationships, they have Tao, the sacred book. And in there, it talks about interrelations between. When I speak to someone of European origin, they can quote to me Herodotus, they can quote to me Socrates. But what about we, melanated people? We actually had records. If I go to England today, and I've been to the Queen's College in London, they have a book called the Kahun, K-A-H-U-N. Kahun papyrus. It's a gynecological papyrus, but more so in that record, it talks about male and female interaction in the bedroom and outside of the bedroom. But no one's talking. That's a Black book that actually talks about relationships, because go figure, ancient people in the Nile River Valley civilization, ancient people in the Niger Delta civilization actually had relationships, go figure, right? And so we had Akhenaten and Nefertiti, we had Osiris and Isis, we had Horus and Hathor, and that's just in the Nile River Valley civilization. When we go to West Africa, amongst the symbol behind you, the drink of symbols, we go to West Africa, the ancient Ga kingdom, or the kingdom of Ghana, what we call the Ashanti kingdom. They had records and poetry and symbols. The actual heart symbol we use today is one of the Adrinka symbols, and it existed, go figure, before Europe ever came to Africa. So Love, Lies, Liberation says, let's go back to go forward. Right? Let's retrace our past. Let's retrace our past experiences in relationships, because many of us can say, I keep making the same mistakes, keep picking the same kind of woman, or keep picking the same kind of man. What am I doing wrong? We're not going back, checking out our experiences, checking out in our records, were there those who experienced breakups? Were there those who experienced arguments? What did they do to navigate it so that we can blueprint this day, this present moment? Where am I now in my development, in my 20s, my 30s, my 40s, my 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, whatever my age may be, married or single, or situationship, or whatever it is people have nowadays. Where do I stand? And once I determine that, now I can foretell my future. I can foretell that if I'm following a system that says I should love first and then build a future. Ancient times, our way was we had a system that said, what's our goal first? If the goal is just love, well, love shifts because it's an emotion. It's a hormone. Your body has oxytocin. Your body has endorphins. Your body has adrenaline. Your body has cortisol. Your body has these different hormones. So what they're calling love is a hormonal response to an external stimulus, whether it's a visual, looking at the person, hearing the person's voice, smelling the perfume or the pheromone on the male or the cologne, hearing, whatever it is, the food that they prepare for you, they cook, those 5 senses are being stimulated. And once that happens, the person reacts, but thinks it's love when it's a hormonal reaction. So our ancestors said, don't run towards that first, because hell, you can make me an awesome meal. I can cook a lady, a young lady, or an older lady, or a noble lady, regal lady. I can cook her a wonderful meal. And she can say, oh my God, it's him, it's Dr. Varmah, right? And I'll be like, yes. But at the end of the day, what ends up happening is that all I had to offer?
Right.
What did I master the moment, the art of the moment, without the science?
Definitely some powerful words there. A lot for us to unpack as the global Nubian Melaninite family and healing the Black family, which is important in our future. So tell us, what are the sessions going to be about, and who should attend this event?
First of all, I tell parents all the time, if you're coming online, I have children, right? I have 7 sons, 6 daughters, right? So I guess I should know. Raise them all. These are not like random children. They're not just scattered like, random pieces of paper. One house, one pot. And grew them. And the baby, he's now 6 months. And in raising them, and the oldest is 26, he'll be 27 in March. And what we've done is we say to them, we never are going to give you a fairy tale. We're never going to read to you Snow White, the bunnies, all of that. We're just not. We'll give you African tales and things of that nature. But in that, we're going to tell you reality. If you're 6 and you say, Daddy, where the babies come from, we are going to get on YouTube, pull out some encyclopedias, get some videos, and we're going to see in real time where we come from. So I tell parents, attend. If you sign online, make sure, get your children, sit here. We're going to watch something. It's, of course, there'll be an adult conversation, but you can explain that, because if not, they're going to listen to the rap songs anyway and get adult conversations. And they're going to do it without you knowing. So you might as well, and we know we're all young enough and old enough to remember how we snuck to hear things and learn things in our particular generation. So I tell people it's open to everyone. If a under 18 is attending online, parent, be present. Don't just put them on and go outside. Be present so you can help to navigate for them the discussion. Now, those who are single, those who are married, those who are saying, as melanated people, we have to try something different. Those who recognize that to continue to do the same thing over and over and over again, the same way, and expect different results is insanity. If we recognize that, then the people who are tired of being insane and want to get back out sanity, those are the types of people that should be there, right? That should have a 4-week event. The first week, we get into the topic, we jump right into it, and we say, hey, what is it you are looking for in this relationship? Are you looking for situationship? Are you looking for relationship? Or are you looking for family? People say, what do you mean? Is it a relationship family? No. If I'm a single man and I have children and I meet a young lady, but she does not want children, she doesn't want the responsibility of family, she likes me, she enjoys my company. If I'm a single lady, same thing. And this man likes me and he enjoys my company and he enjoys everything about me, but he's not mentally, or she's not mentally prepared to deal with children. I don't care if it's a 1-year-old to a 26-year-old. If she's not prepared or does not have a desire to navigate that, she does not want family. He does not want family. They want a relationship. And we've all seen it, or some of us have been through it, where the person likes you. You know, why don't we let the kids go and can we send them a, you know, so that we can have me time, you time, and us time, only time. And there's nothing wrong with me time, you time, and us time, only time. But when that becomes the foundation of the relationship, as if the child or children do not exist, they don't want a family, they want a relationship. Some people just want the, you know, getting in the bedroom and the old school knocking boots or whatever it is that, you know, people give the names to it. They just want a situationship. So you have to first determine, what do you want and what does this person really want? Not the representative that comes to the first date. That person, we're all on good behavior, chairs get pulled out, ladies eat with forks and knives, and it's a very serene scene. But when we get past that and get into who you are and who I am as individuals, collectively as individuals, then we have a real conversation. So we're telling people that's what you want to attend the week 1, because it sets the tone for where we're going.
Week 1 definitely sounds like it's jam-packed, full of powerful conversations. It's going to be an awesome session. Unfortunately, we have to wrap, but before we go, tell us quickly, what's the cost of the event and how can we find out more information?
We tell people go to www.journey, Journey, home, HOME group, GROUP, just as it sounds, journeyhomegroup.com. On the homepage, you will see a link in the middle of the page, straight to Eventbrite. It's the actual flyer. You see the flyer on your screen, click that flyer. It'll take you to Eventbrite. You can get a 1-day pass, that's $20. You can get the whole 4 weeks, which is $59.99, all 4 weeks. It works out to about $15 a week. It depends what you want. And then you'll see each title. You can pick the title you want. You can say, I only want to go to that one. We ask people in your notes, put your phone number so that they can add you to that particular WhatsApp group. So you'll get all the codes, all the information, so you can sign right on. And again, the premise is this book called Love, Lies, and Liberation, The Science and Art of Sex as Taught by the Men Priesthood. It's over 600 pages. Yes, I wrote it, and it's insanity, right? I say it's relationships on steroids. It's not the typical kumbaya, everything's gonna work out. It's actually saying we have work to do, and the journey begins on fixing ourselves and our expectations, realistic or false. And that's it. That's what I got.
You know, very powerful message, very powerful seminar. To our viewers, check out journeyhomegroup.com, look for the flyer, sign up for it, attend the first session, attend all sessions. There's a lot for us to gain as a community, as individuals, as families. Reverend Dr. A.J. Varmah, head pastor and scribe of the Holy Catholic Church International, our Basesh. I'd like to thank you for joining us on Bahamas at Sunrise this morning.
Thank you again for having us, and blessings to everybody. Look forward to seeing everyone this weekend.
Namastu.
Namastu.
You're watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
Well, that's going to do it for us, folks. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode of Bahamas at Sunrise. We hope you have a wonderful weekend. We'll be back with more on Monday. Bye.
Thank you for joining us. Have a great weekend. See you at Love, Lies, and Liberation. Yeah.